Imagine this: the Roman Empire stands before you, the greatest power on earth, and they tell you, deny Christ, or die. What would you do? For Saint Ignatius of Antioch, the answer was simple. He chose Christ, and he chose death. This is the story of one of the earliest and most courageous saints of the Church, a man whose words still echo nearly 2,000 years later. Ignatius was born around the year 35 AD, during the time of the apostles themselves. As a young man, he became a direct disciple of Saint John the Apostle. Yes, the very same John who walked with Jesus, stood at the foot of the cross, and wrote the Gospel of John. Can you imagine? Learning the faith directly from one who had seen the rise in Christ, Ignatius eventually became the Bishop of Antioch, one of the most important Christian communities in the ancient world, located in modern-day Turkey. In a time when Christianity was illegal, when being a Christian meant risking everything, Ignatius shepherded his people with courage and love. By the year 107 AD, a fierce emperor came to power, Trajan. Trajan demanded that Christians worship the Roman gods or face death. Ignatius refused. When the soldiers came, they didn't find him hiding. He willingly gave himself up, declaring, "I am a servant of Christ. I am ready to face death for him." Instead of executing him in Antioch, the Romans ordered something unusual. Ignatius would be taken by foot, under heavy guard, all the way to Rome, where he would be executed publicly, thrown to wild beasts in the Colosseum. But here's what's incredible. During this painful journey, Ignatius didn't waste time complaining or fearing death. He wrote 7 powerful letters to Christian communities, letters that still exist today. These writings are among the earliest testimonies of Christian faith, after the New Testament itself. In his letters, Ignatius speaks boldly about the authority of the bishop, calling the faithful to unity under their bishop, the importance of the Eucharist, calling it the flesh of Christ, an unmistakable affirmation of the real presence of Jesus in the Eucharist, the danger of heresies and divisions, the need for courage in the face of persecution. I am the wheat of God. I am ground by the teeth of the wild beasts, that I may be found pure bread of Christ. Ignatius of Antioch. When Ignatius finally arrived in Rome, the crowds gathered, not to honor him, but to watch him be torn apart by lions. But Ignatius didn't tremble. He didn't plead. He entered the arena singing hymns, proclaiming Christ until the very end. His last act was a testimony that Christ is worth more than life itself. In a world filled with pressure to compromise, pressure to be silent, pressure to water down the truth, Saint Ignatius of Antioch stands as a voice across the ages, saying, "Hold fast to the faith. Stay united to the Church. Cling to the Eucharist. Christ is worth everything." His writings are the first to use the word Catholic to describe the universal Church. He confirms the early belief in the real presence of Jesus in the Eucharist, not as a symbol, but as his true body. He reminds us that martyrdom isn't a tragedy. It is the ultimate witness of love. Let me be food for the wild beasts, through whom I can reach God. I am God's wheat, and I shall be ground by the teeth of beasts, so that I may become Christ's pure bread. Saint Ignatius of Antioch, pray for us.